Passengers in 3D, a Sony picture with Chris Pratt, Jennifer Lawrence, Michael Sheen, and Lawrence Osborne, a 2-hour 2016 release. You will get the black bars at the top and the bottom. I'll tell you a little bit about this movie before I get to the spoilers. This is an action, well, it's a drama, science fiction drama action movie with a love story in it, okay? So if you like space, if you like spaceships, if you like love stories, if you like drama, if you like action, it's all here. It's a good movie. Pick it up, you're gonna like it, okay? Now, I'm gonna get into an in-depth spoiler review. So if you're out there, this movie came out in 2016, you've been waiting to watch this and you don't want to know what happens, then turn this off, okay? Bye. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you, the rest of you, a lot about this movie because it got 30% on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics, 63% by the audience, and you're probably not going to watch this movie unless I tell you about it in depth, okay? Let me tell you something. This takes place in the future. It's a spaceship with 5,000 passengers on it, hundreds of crew members on a 120-year journey to colonize a new planet. Now, 30 years into the journey, they run into a meteor belt, the ship gets damaged, somebody wakes up. Chris Pratt. His name is Jim in the movie. Perfect, like Jim Kirk, right? He wakes up, thinks everything's normal. We're here. He goes and gets his food. He goes to the room for the debriefing. He starts looking around. Ain't nobody there. And he's like, this ain't right. Where's everybody? He starts asking people. He starts asking computers. What's going on? And when he finds out he's the only one, the panic that sets in. And he just plays this role so well. He's such a good actor. Panic that sets in. And then he thinks he can try to get into the command center, and he tries breaking with a hammer. The desperation, the panic, the desperation. Great acting going on. And then the isolation comes. Guy's growing his beard. I mean, he's looking like Castaway and Wilson talking to the ball. He's talking to the little robots cleaning the floor. He's just totally getting drunk. There's some video games and stuff he's playing, and it's just, he's lonely, okay? He's lonely. Then he runs into the bartender. Yeah, there's a bartender there, but it's an android, it's not a human. And the bartender's all propped up for, saying things like any bartender would say to you, man, I'm not feeling good. Well, tomorrow's another day, but he confides in his bartender because he sees a girl in one of the incubation chambers, and he runs back and he reads all her manuals about her, watches all her films and all her aspirations, and he sits next to her and he talks to her. She's in the incubation chamber. He's the only one awake. And then comes a dilemma. Does he wake her up? Does he wake her up? He talks to the bartender about it. He's an android. He's not human. He goes through this anguish. He's all alone. And here, this is the moral part of this. This is why this movie needs to be talked about. People walked out on this movie because of what he done. He wakes her up. Now, would you do it? Would you not do it? You don't know. You're not in that situation. But basically what he done was murder. Okay? He basically murdered her, but it took her 90 years to die. Think about that. I mean, she had plans. She was going to do a return trip. She was going 120 years there, 120 years back. That's 240 years. She was going to come back. She'd be in sleep mode, so she wouldn't have aged. She came back. She had all these plans. He wakes her up, basically ends her life. But she doesn't know it, and he hides it. And they fall in love. And here comes the second part of the movie. They fall in love, and they're a great couple. She's happy. She's writing now. She's writing about her book, and she has no choice. I mean, look. Hey, we both woke up. How did it happen? We don't know. Here we are. He goes to make a ring out of some wire. And she made a mistake of saying in front of the bartender, we don't keep any secrets from each other. But the bartender's, he's a robot. So he figures, they don't know. And Chris Pratt told the bartender, don't you ever tell her. But when she said that, he figured he could tell her. So he says, so he finally told you he woke you up? And he's walking in with his wedding ring? And she's like, and the music is great in this. The music is great. It hits her. Woke me up. And I tell you, Jennifer Lawrence kills it. She kills it in this movie. Chris Pratt kills it. They're both great. Storms off. Won't talk to him for weeks. Mad, angry, throwing things around. Almost tried to kill him one night. She was so angry. And then she kind of settles down just a little bit. I mean, think about it, it's just the two of them. But still, he basically murdered her. And then one of the captains wakes up because the ship's dying. The ship got hurt. It's dying. The ship, and so they're going to use him now to help repair the ship, maybe help them go back to sleep. But the ship starts to destroy itself. And because he got woken up at a wrong time, he gets sick. The captain's gone. He croaks. He's gone. And now it's just the two of them again. But now they got to save the ship. Now comes all the action. And they work as a team. I mean, they got to save the ship. He's got to go outside. He got to do these things. He's risking his life. And then it comes to a point where she's got to save his life. She has to save his life. I mean, think about it. He woke her up. Now she's got to save his life. And she kills it. Her acting is incredible. I'm not going to tell you all the details. She does manage to save his life. I told you it's going to be spoilers. And now here comes another thing. They find out that they could put one of them back to sleep. And Chris Pratt offers to go ahead, go back to sleep, live your life. Live your life, basically, that I took from you. I'm not going to tell you if she goes back to sleep or not. You're going to have to watch it. It's a great drama. The spaceship is the star of this movie. If you've never seen a spaceship like this, you can imagine. Make your imagination run wild. I don't care. Imagine any kind of spaceship you want to. You can never imagine a spaceship like this spaceship. You can't imagine. You can't imagine the inside. You can't imagine the instrumentation inside, the medical department. You can't imagine it. It's crazy. I don't even know how anybody can even imagine such a spaceship like this. I mean, if you're for that alone, nothing else, you want to watch it for that. Okay, so that's my opinion on Passengers. I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 for the movie and 1.5 for the 3D. Yep, didn't talk about the 3D. I'm going to tell you about the 3D now. It's flat. It's flat. Bad transfer. Is it essential to watch 3D? Not at all. Not at all. There are some space scenes where if you have 3D TV and you're going to go ahead and buy this, might as well buy the 3D, put your glasses on and watch it. You'll get some depth in the space scenes. You'll get some depth down the hallway. But it's not essential. It's not essential. They could have done a lot more with the 3D. They really could have. It was a poor transfer for 3D. But the movie itself, I really enjoyed it. So, 4.5 for the movie, 1.5 for the 3D. What did you think? What did you think about Chris Pratt? What did you think what he done? Would you have done it? Would you not have done it? Like I say, it's a very moral thing that he done. And you know, I mean, it's wrong, but would you have done it? But you wouldn't know till you're in that situation. So, hit like and subscribe. Have a good night. God bless.